The Red Sox just went into LA and completely dominated the Dodgers. And it is time we give them their credit. It's time to talk about whether they could be the best team in the American League, maybe the best team in baseball at this point. Since July 1st, they have been 25-4. That is just something that's unimaginable in the sport of baseball, something that doesn't happen, and something that's completely outrageous, especially from a team that started the season off 32-46, and now they're 60-51. If you would have told me we would have got to 60 wins before our 52nd loss, I would have called you crazy. That is a 28-5 streak, something that no other team is doing right now, and the Red Sox are just hot. The Red Sox went into the Dodger Stadium, 3-game sweep of the Dodgers, making them look silly all series long. The Dodgers had enough of losing to these Red Sox and went out and got Tarek Skubal because of that. The Red Sox really just turned this season around, something that looked unimaginable. Only on June 25th, they were the worst team in the American League. Now they're the third best team in the American League, in a firm position in that second wild card spot, only 5 games behind the Rays for the division and only 2.5 games back behind the Yankees. This team is something special. We need to talk about it, and it starts with this man, Ceddanne Rafaela. If you were not tuned in to that Dodgers series this past weekend, you were missing something special. He put on an absolute performance. The All-Star had 4 home runs this series and was absolutely dominant and making plays in the field. Since the All-Star game, Ceddanne Rafaela is only batting .329 with 7 home runs, 18 RBIs, and 24 hits, making that All-Star nod he got well deserved. Is not the best fielder in the league, and he's putting up numbers like this. He's the catalyst for this one of the catalysts for this turnaround, along with many other Red Sox well-deserving, such as Caleb Durbin, Wilson Contreras, and Willie Abreu, who have all helped turn this season around for the Red Sox and make it something worth watching for the city of Boston the rest of this summer and hoping to go on a run in the postseason. Not only Ceddanne, but the rotation has been absolutely nails, and it starts with the young guys, Peyton Tolley and Jake Bennett, as long as the veterans Sonny Gray and Ranger Suarez. This team has one of the best rotations in all of baseball, if not the best, and since June 25th, they rank first in the sport in ERA. As a whole, pitching staff only allowing 2.89 runs per game. That is something that is unimaginable. Allowing under 3 runs a game as a pitching staff is going to be a recipe for success, and it's going to win you a lot of ball games, as you have seen. They're 28-5 in 33 games. That is crazy. This team is the best team in the American League. There, I said it. The Yankees have injuries. The Rays, we have swept the Rays. This team during this stretch has swept the Rays, the White Sox, and the Yankees, the 3 best teams in the American League at this moment. And they just went in and swept the Dodgers. What can't this team do? Who is stopping this team? And why can't they go to the World Series and represent the AL? Not just the rotation, the bullpen has been absolutely nails. Aroldis Chapman, Garrett Whitlock, Justin Slayton, Tyrone Guerrero, maybe the best top 4 bullpen you have ever seen in this league right now. Tyrone Guerrero can go out there and throw 103 with no problem at all. Garrett Whitlock has a devastating changeup and a gnarly sinker. Justin Slayton is absolute psycho on the mound, screaming off the mound every damn time. And Aroldis Chapman, the 38-year-old, is consistent as ever so far this year. The Cuban Missile has been producing just like we have all seen ever since he's joined this Red Sox team last year. With this pitching staff and the offense coming into form, it's only a matter of time that the Red Sox go on another, maybe a 15-game win streak. Could they do that again? They're currently on a 5-game win streak. But this team has what it takes to be a great playoff team, and it's all because of one move made by Craig Breslow, and that was to bring in Chad Tracy and fire Alex Cora. Many at the time thought this was a terrible move. Someone even said it's like shitting your pants and washing your hands. That's how bad this move was. But ever since they have hired Chad Tracy, the Red Sox are 49-34. That's a .600 winning percentage, something that Alex Cora hasn't done since 2018. And Chad Tracy has came in here and completely changed this culture. He's having this team do small ball, do all the little things, bunt runners across, bunt runners over, do whatever it takes to bring in that next run. Something Alex Cora was not having his players do. When Alex Cora was here, these guys did not even know how to bunt. David Hamilton, one of the fastest guys in the league, he was fouling bunts left and right, popping them out, and then striking out. Not here with Chad Tracy. He has built a winning culture, and he's doing whatever it takes to win these games. And that is a recipe for success in the playoffs. It's similar to what the Brewers do. They don't hit a lot of home runs, but they do pass the stick along, get runners over, do the little things right. And that's something Chad Tracy has really shown he can install into an offense and to a team. He's managed the bullpen great, and he's just getting these players to buy in. Even though it took a little bit of time, no one's going to buy into you right when you get in there. You need to earn those guys' trust. Wilson Contreras is a proven veteran. He earned his trust. All these guys are bought into what Chad Tracy is preaching them. So it's just ultimately a recipe for success with what all these guys are doing. And it's really amazing to see a team turn it around like this. However, the job is not even close to done, as the trade deadline is today. And the Red Sox have yet to make a big move for the team right now. They made one move, Curtis Mead, but he is injured. And it all starts with this man right here. He needs to make a move at this deadline. The Red Sox need another bat. It's plain and simple. They get nothing from the catcher position. They're almost getting nothing from shortstop / second base. If you can get 1 or 2 bats into this lineup that have some thump, this team has a real shot to win the World Series and make the World Series, at least representing the AL. Why can't they do that? They just have beaten the best team in the league, in the Dodgers, and they've swept the Yankees during this run. They swept the Rays during this run. They swept the White Sox, all teams that you will see in the playoffs in the American League, and they've shown that they can be dominant against them. So it all comes down to Big Craig. He's made some moves in the past fans might not have been happy about, but he put his balls to the wall and did that. However, he's always struggled with the trade deadlines. The last year brought in Dustin May and Steven Matz to a team that won 90 games. That's not enough. You need some thump in this lineup, and you need it fast. If you watch these games, they have quad A players left and right. Andrew Monasterio, Anthony Siegler, Nick Sogard playing every day. Carlos Narvaez. That's not a recipe for success in the playoffs. You need guys who are proven. You need guys who will actually go out there and perform. We saw it last year. Cam Schlittler absolutely dominated them in the playoffs because their lineup simply wasn't good enough. They didn't have that enough thump. But this year, they have a great team, and they have a chance to go all in. If they go all in on this deadline, they are clearly the favorites in the American League, and nothing shows otherwise. Get 1 or 2 bats who can actually scare the opposition. Just go along with Wilson Contreras, Cedar Rafael, and Willie Abreu. That's a great top 5 you would have. But Craig Breslow, he needs to figure out the trade deadline. He thought he had Joe Ryan last year. He didn't. You need to get these deals through. You have less than 15 hours at this moment. You need to go and put your balls to the wall and get this team some help because they deserve it. You want to tell this team, oh, we don't need to give you guys any help. They know they need help. And hopefully Craig Breslow comes to his senses and hurry up and make some deals. That is going to conclude this video. The Red Sox, man, watch out for them in the American League. It makes no sense, but they did it. Going from 32-46 to 60-51. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they're showing no signs of slowing down. If this team has a good deadline, I believe they have a real chance of making the World Series. And who knows? They just swept the Dodgers in 3 games. Why can't they do it again? Why can't they win the World Series? Let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. I'm pushing out baseball content almost every single day, so make sure you're tuned in. Trade deadline's about to be here, so let's see if Craig Breslow puts on his big boy pants, and makes some big deals at this deadline, because this team needs it. If you're a Red Sox fan, you know you're living through a good time right now. Don't take it for granted, but let's keep going. Let's get greedy, and let's makes some moves and get this team over the hump. Make this team scary in October. Get some games back in Fenway. We haven't seen a playoff baseball game at Fenway since 2021. That's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that sub button down below. Peace.